Alright, folks, we're back. I'm planting linen seeds. So I can make more linen, to make more fabric, to make more stuff.
Planting you seed all around town?
Oh, I am. Don't you believe it?
Believe it!
Okay, so...
You ever think about how, like, the Naruto is like Owlsy? Not old enough to be a 70-year-old chain smoker, that's for sure.
He's voiced by the principal from Lab Rats.
Really?
I believe so.
I know that, let's go, we were talking about Spirited Away earlier. That's voiced by, the girl in Chihiro/Sen is voiced by the girl that does,
Lilo.
Lilo,
And
yeah.
Coraline.
Really? I didn't know that one.
I think so.
I mean,
Fact check me on that one.
All the Ghibli movies have, like, all-star casts.
Yes, indeed.
Coraline. Coraline was kind of a fucked up movie for kids.
Kind of was. Fun fact, that movie was actually the book it's based off of was actually too scary to be published.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, essentially Neil Gaiman...
too scary to be published by kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to be like... I don't think it's necessarily, like...
Too scary for, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, granted, Cat got impaled in Frankenweenie.
Yeah, but then again, that was Frankenweenie, so... But yes, there was, so essentially, Neil Gaiman submitted the book to be published, and his publisher was like, dude, no, we're not running the kids' book, this is terrifying. And he's like, no, I assure you, kids can handle it, so like just read it to your daughter or something, and see if she gets scared. And he's like, okay, fine. And she got through the whole book, and she said she never got scared, so they published the book. And later on, when he was like winning an award, and the publisher's daughter was there, he was like, you not being scared was actually what got the book published. And she's like, oh no, I was terrified. I just needed to know. What happened next.
Huh.
So the book actually was too scared to be published, but the girl needed to know.
Yeah. So fun fact, it's not the same one as in Coraline.
It is not.
But she is the same as the Ring Girl.
That's what I might be thinking of.
Yeah. Those are very different movies.
Incredibly so, yes.
But, I mean, the girl who voices Coraline is actually... yeah, I've seen her in some stuff. Dakota Fanning.
Oh, she was in Totoro.
Yeah, I think so. I know she was in one of the Ghibli movies.
Yeah, she was in Totoro.
Yep, Totoro. The one I haven't seen.
It's a good one. You should watch it.
Alright, other unpopular opinions on anime, since we got the My Hero one out of the way. I thought Princess Mononoke was just okay.
That was pretty good.
It was good.
You give it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. Maybe an 8. Because it does do the high fantasy thing pretty cool.
It's good. It's just like
it was overhyped. It was overhyped.
People overhyped it, and it killed it for me.
It
was
did.
The same thing with Attack on Titan.
I agree with that. I disagree with Attack on Titan. I like that one a lot.
No, Attack on Titan was good. It was just like
you bitch.
It's the fan base that killed it for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even though I've heard it like I've heard mixed things about the ending.
I haven't gotten to the ending yet.
I haven't even. I don't even think I got past the second season.
I got a little bored with the manga because, like, part of it was just kind of like. So I came to Attack on Titan for kaiju shenanigans. They stopped doing kaiju shenanigans for a little bit to essentially do like government stuff, like corrupt government stuff. I'm like, great, this is what I'm here for.
I'm sorry, this just made me think of there's a Filthy Frank thing where he was like supposed to be like a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Like, the government's corrupt. The government's corrupt. Open your third eye. The government's corrupt.
It reminds me of that one gag in Family Guy where it's like this is the police. A shooting is happening on 3rd and 4th Street. All officers to 3rd and 4th Street. It just mirrors rap getting lazier.
He's like, I'm spiritual, miracle, mystical individual. But yeah, like, I think it's just because, like, I love Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hence it being one of my favorite movies.
I quite enjoyed Ponyo as well.
I've watched, like, Spirited Away probably more than any movie I've seen. Part of that might be because they played it in art class all the time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I what's it called? My sister showed me it beforehand, so whenever that came on art class, I'm like, yeah, we're getting, you know.
Better get swifty.
Getting swifty. Yeah, they didn't like it when I took a shit on the floor.
You know, I don't blame them.
I called it abstract.
More like belongs in the garbage.
You know, you remember Flynn, right?
I do.
One of his art projects, he painted Bolden Brash.
That's awesome.
Right?
He is awesome.
But no, and I think the reason why I was like, everyone said it was on the same level as Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was expecting that, and I didn't. At least I didn't get that.
I feel like you can't really compare them.
That's fair. I mean,
they're not really the same genre.
I agree, but under the comparison of Ghibli movies.
Well, yes, but you see, they're not.
That's a very wide.
Yes,
category.
Because Ghibli kind of goes all over the place.
Granted, they do kind of stick to this very similar.
They have they're all fantasy of some degree. High fantasy, low. I actually have never looked up the difference between high fantasy and low fantasy.
No, his name isn't High Fantasy. It's Hayao Miyazaki.
I'm gonna kill you. I think like high fantasy is like the magic comes from this and. Haha, very
the magic comes.
Like magic comes from like this very specific thing, and like there's very specific rules to magic and everything.
See,
but then like low fantasy, just there's magic, it does its thing, you know.
It's, you know, I definitely think like in Ghibli movies, they never really explain what's going on. It's just kind of like.
Granted, to be fair, your concept is your one free.
Yeah.
It's your freebie. You're getting a jail free card. No, get back here now.
Like, they kind of just like you're more in a Ghibli movie. You're more along for the ride.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine.
Like
with.
I'll be honest. When I watched My Neighbor Totoro, it's a great movie. It's very pleasant to watch. It had like no plot. It was like it had a very loose, it had a concept.
Yeah, you know what kind of like makes me a little sad? I've heard that Hayao Miyazaki is kind of an asshole.
He kind of is. there was like this one video the OmniViewer put out talking about like there was this one claim Hayao Miyazaki made about like Western media and why it's all stupid. I'm like, well, thank you, sir.
I just know like there's a clip out there of him like I guess his son tried making a movie. And like there's a clip out there of like Hayao Miyazaki watching the movie, and I guess he like walked out halfway through. He's like, oh yeah, he's not ready yet. I'm like,
how am I supposed to get up there? Yeah, that is. I feel like that's not okay.
Like even if you think that, maybe don't do that on like live television or something.
Yeah, like. Plus, he's still your son.
Like just take him off to the side and be like, you're moving shit.
So I have a few notes. Quit while you're ahead. But I never made anything. Yeah, that's ahead for you.
I mean, especially because like, I don't think. Well, I respect Ghibli a lot. I don't think everything, you know, he touches is necessarily gold.
Yeah.
Because like, there are some movies where I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
You know, it was a movie that like I was hyped for, and then it like. Here's the thing, that no one hyped it up to me. It was purely me.
What?
The Cat Returns.
Did I watch that one?
I don't think you have. I watched that one. It was fine. The plot was a little bit
fine.
Meh. It was it was meh. It was whatever.
I think I got like the non-house moving castle one, Castle in the Sky.
Ah, yes.
The other castle one. I think I watched that and I'm like, I don't remember a single thing from this movie.
Mm-hmm.
House Moving Castle was great though.
Oh yeah, that one's fighting with Ponyo for my favorite spot.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Like that was one that I just like. The more like my cynical brain just kept trying to find probably. Oh, it does this. Like, oh, this doesn't make sense. But I'm like, oh, but that does make sense.
Well,
and like, oh, but it could be left up to interpretation, and that's kind of cool.
Also,
and like the more I thought, I'm like, oh, this movie's great.
Also, like I said, you know, I don't go into a Ghibli movie expecting logic and reason. I go in like you said, you're along for the ride. You're just experiencing these like magical fantasy worlds.
Yeah.
You know, if you go in, it's like what we were saying about like comic book movies. If you go in and you're like, this doesn't make sense, and like,
but this has to be the Dark Knight,
and you're picking it apart, you're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a good time.
I love the all the I mean, there's a bunch of reviews around Godzilla vs Kong when that came out. It was like, you know, like in this movie, a giant lizard fights a giant monkey, and that's it. If you're expecting like, you know, deep character interactions or like, you know, a progressive plot, then just go somewhere else.
If you're expecting a giant lizard fighting a giant monkey, then it's your movie.
Yeah, it's like, and people are just like, it's like goes to the ice cream shop. It's like, here's your ice cream. I wanted vegetables. It's like, what did you come here for? It's like, what did you, like, go to the furniture store and be like, why don't they have any telescopes here? There's actually a thing like that recently where this woman was complaining to KFC about how they lacked meatless options. I'm like, gee whiz, you don't say.
I mean,
it's almost like
I can almost guarantee you what you're eating probably isn't meat there.
I don't know. It's like, you know, it's like gee whiz. You'd think that like man, I love the chicken, but why don't they have any beef here? It's like, it's called Kentucky Fried Chicken.
KFB, Kentucky Fried Beef.
KGB.
Kentucky grilled beef. We gotta make that.
Yes, KGB.
The KG Beast.
Yes.
Oh well, your boat's gone.
I found Garenu Fields. Yeah.
I don't know why that made me think of. You were talking about Guantanamo Bay earlier.
What?
You said some joke with Guantanamo Bay.
Oh yeah, it's like, see, waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds really fun if you don't know what either of those two things are.
But
hey, how's it going? Welcome. Are you here for our world-renowned Fergal tours? Of course you are. You're holding up a brochure. The tour is about to start. It takes about 5 minutes to cover the history and flora of this island. After, you'll be able to tell all your friends about it. Don't worry, there's no gift shop after the tour. Ready? Yes! Perfect! Let's start right away.
Don't worry, I want
okay.
The sweet merch.
This island does not get many visitors. We mostly focus on big city attractions. Here, it's peaceful and quiet. That's something you'll notice with the fauna. Rich patches and a healthy forest are its main attraction. Moving on. Don't get too close! Stay away! Back! The rice production here is quite incredible. Workers hop around the clock to meet local families. Right now, they don't around. I'm not sure why. I sometimes play them when I'm off duty, but that's beside the point. On to our next stop. Also, you reminded me of what's his nuts? What was it?
I don't know. You're going.
Ghibli movie, overrated. Mononoke. So not Wanda Sykes. What's her name? Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Oh, Jada Pinkett Smith?
Thank you. Yes, she plays that one woman in the
Mononoke.
In Mononoke. Yeah, I don't remember her name, like Yuki or something. I don't remember. But I don't want this to come out the wrong way.
You have 30 seconds. Don't cancel us in the last few.
Her voice coming out of this character's mouth just does not sound right. Because she has a very black voice.
Well, you said it, folks.
I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that it just doesn't fit this particular character because she's Asian.
Had you not have known it was Jada Pinkett Smith, do you think you still would have noticed?
I don't know. That's the see. I'd love to experiment with that. Like if you could just like hit me in the head so I forget that fact and then rewatch the movie and so we can see. Yes. I would be that is a good question, Joey.
I was gonna say like that one. We are out of time, but I was gonna say that one guy, the little short guy. What's his face?
Oh, the shady looking guy, the shifty guy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he doesn't look like Billy Bob Thornton. I'm like, you know what, he kind of does. Bye!
Damn!